Oh man, just give me a little bit. Get y'all up in here.
Everybody fucking show. It's the fucking show. And he's your host with the host. It's the fucking show. It's the fucking show. It's the show. It's the show. It's the show. It's the show. Pour yourself a drink. Hell yeah,
That perfect time. About to start a little puff puff give in this motherfucker. You down?
Like 4 flat tires, man. We gonna have this conversation. I just want y'all to get up in here. We have a Sunday service. We're gonna talk about the Con Us community. We're gonna talk about Young Pseudonym, Polite, Yada, Sardetta. Shout out to Sardetta. Before I go in, Sardetta give good promotion, man. I haven't seen Sardetta run a scam. I've seen Sardetta put a motherfucker on a Summer Jam screen. I know that for a fact. This shit.
Man, I gotta give a shout out to my man. I know this nigga for years. Crazy as hell. He's called The Show. The Show right here. My man be putting down some funny shit. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Sardetta. Shout out to Up West. I need to go hit him up on Messenger, man. I've been indoctrinated and absorbed in all this ignorance at its finest. And I want to go back home to the community, man. The conscious community. But we was trying to get things right. We was trying to get things right with the right diet. That didn't work. We was trying to get things right with status correction. Because that's how y'all got indoctrinated to that nigga Young Pseudonym. Yeah. So we're going to take time out in 2025 before we go into 2026. And we're going to do it like Michael Jackson. Y'all ready? All right. Do you remember on 25th? Sardetta out there with the DVDs. Do you remember watching Sarah Soon? Said yeah, Young Pseudonym battling it out. Do you remember the time? They had Ngozi out there, right? Just let me know if you remember the time. We're going to go through it together. When YouTube came out, people was looking for information. But we've been kind of looking for information a little bit before YouTube. Because everybody was talking about the year 2000. Some shit's supposed to pop off. And if you ever remember the movie The Poltergeist, The poltergeist, the Puritan. The reason he was a poltergeist because he led his people astray, and he became the entity for those deaths, those physical deaths and the mental deaths. When you watch the movie, what's that damn movie? It ain't Get Out, the other one. It ain't Us. What the fuck is that damn movie? Them, right? I think it is Us or Them. One of the movies, right? The last 2 episodes where they show the slaves, they went to go help the Puritans, have they burnt them to the stake? Yeah, and dude, the boy was the devil, and the dude turned into the poltergeist, right? So deep in religion to still get led astray. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about my journey. When I got a chance to get around a computer, and YouTube, everybody was Googling. Everybody was wanted to know about what happened with 9/11, who are the Rothschilds. We watched to see some Alex Jones. Oh, man, we was watching some... Look, I felt guilty of it. I wanted to know about Bohemian Grove. I live in California. They up there in California in front of the worshiping the Great Owl. And then that's when the Hall of Symbolism came out. Right? You was pointing fingers at your Mason friends and shit, right? Your Mason friends couldn't talk to you about that shit. But you was pointing fingers at them. And then there was Black News 101. Yeah, not 102. Saw that and Iki got into it and shit. And Iki did him diabolical, got his channel took down. YouTube was very different then. Before, I think Sarnetta was just out on 25th filming. Because I remember seeing him, Iki, Natural Tahuti, and it was the other dude, not Mitsubishi, right? Because Mitsubishi got on to get the crystals, right? He got the Slee Slack Land of the Lost crystals and shit. Now don't get me wrong. Crystals are useful because your FM and your AM radio, it crystal. It got a crystal inside. I'm just going to keep it a billion with you, right? We going to break it down like brown bud. You know, these conscious community niggas and be like, yeah, the frequency, your frequency. That's a yes and no answer. Yeah, maybe they can turn on the frequency to make you an ignorant motherfucker, Manchurian candidate. Your eyes, your ears, they transmit on the frequency, right? But the frequency came out them stones. So, you know, a lot of people say you got to wear this stone. Same thing with the candles. You know, juju voodoo. Let's keep it a buck, right? But that cobalt make your cell phones. And that lithium make that battery. Do you remember? I remember. I'm just going to try to tell y'all like the highest heights. Sarnetta he wasn't really doing the live streaming. He was putting the videos up. He'd go cut the videos up, right? Make it look good. But Sarnetta Zenith was kind of where he went down there and start fucking with them Hebrews. Like when he was doing them street interviews, it'd have SETI out there, it'd have Polite out there, and then they'd get into it. And you know, at the time, man, I used to like SETI, man. I used to pause. I used to, because SETI had a way of talking to, man. It was this video. If I know what person you bow down to, I know what devil that got you. Something like that, man. Boy, that shit was powerful. Woo! That black power wasn't sour at all, right? Then you had Dr. Ray Allen and shit. Like they all knew each other, right? Some people were certified, some people wasn't certified. Some people said that they was under the black scholars, right? You know, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Steve, man, Dr. Clark, man, that mighty walk to Africa, man. Sometimes black people, you want to know where you come from. Now there's a split. We don't know if we Native American or we African or we a mixture of birth. The out of Africa theory, right? They say it's a theory, right? Man, it got so wild. They were saying, okay, it's a theory. The bones in the museum, they are fake forgeries. Let's get to it, man. You know about the Sutans, right? The people from Kemet, they look different than the Egyptians. Headdress, gear, and then they had a system of writing, of keeping records, just like an American USA and the Vatican, keeping records. They'll go into that. Where civilization come from, religion. I started to tune it in to the Real Black Atheist Show. Shout out to Uck West. We definitely cool. I've learned a lot. You know, I learned a lot for information. So we absorbing the information. The computer was just giving us information. Now, you could have went on the computer and they have some religious shit all day, every day, nigga, with 10 trillion motherfucking videos, viewership. And then I thought that was just a purpose of just getting the message out there. But on the back end, on the 28th of that YouTube month, for them views up in the millions, I know that check was big. So people will jump on it. Sell you something, right? Just like if you go to Venice Beach, I got some sunglasses for $25 for you. Professor Smalls. This is way before Jabari, right? The four founders. I remember when Natural Tahuti was talking about that the black, this is where you get your black woman is God coming from. He was saying she was first. It was her first. And she transformed into a man. And the biblical texts are saying that Adam was first was all wrong. I mean, it was coming out of the conscious community. Just letting you know. Lactating men, right? Ain't no record of that. The RBG movie, the Red, Black, and Green, right? What I knew about Red, Black, and Green was X-Clan. Protected with the key. See. But Professor X was doing a whole lot of cocaine. Boy, when they put their shit together, they can make something that's beautiful. And then when it all falls down, it turns tragic. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Right. So I used to watch, I used to get some knowledge of God, knowledge of self. I grew off Khalid Muhammad, man. When you see Khalid battle these people in these debates and shit, right? And he's calling them Great Satan and all that. He's calling me personally, between me and y'all, I think the Nation of Islam had to sit Khalid down, man. Had to, because he did his own thing, right? It just certain things they have a motto that you can build your life on before it gets perverted, right? Because when you look at what's going on in the black community, and you see the religious pillars, right? The Christians, the Baptists, or whatever, right? But the Muslims, I'm gonna tell you something. The Muslims, they don't do no rainbow. Ain't none of that, man. Ain't none of that rainbow. There's some stand-up dudes. There's some stand-up dudes. So much that the U.S. government said, them dudes in them Iron Man suits out there, it might be a problem that we gotta shut down the Black Messiah. And I don't think they was talking about King. I think they was talking about Malcolm, because the way the Muslims was moving. I think, me personally, I think that was the best thing that happened to black people. The women was garbed up and shit, right? Right? We was doing for our motherfucking selves, man. It's a model. It's a template. Young gun, you need to get that template to get it together, but sometimes it'll get perverted. Like Dr. York, it'll get perverted. We're going to get to Nuwaubianism. We're gonna take a slow walk to Nuwaubianism. We're going to get to it, right? So Sarnetta start going into the corners and letting it rock. And it had this URL balanced style of information. I thought it was brilliant, because the image of us, even when we in street thug form, we took something and we turned it into something intellectually dueling. The only problem with this is you didn't have nobody to fact check it. You had to fact check it later on, because it's live, it's in motion. So then that comes to a revisit of what a person does say and a chance to debunk it. You know what I'm saying? And cool. And it didn't really matter if you was like a bona fide scholar. If you knew your shit and your shit was right and exact, right, and you could go to it, pull it out, we all fact checking it, we all say, damn, man, you right. You didn't have to be a scholar. And that's where the people involvement should have been at. Like, if you know this is truth and this is right and what they're speaking is bullshit, you should have been speaking up about it. But guess what? I was one of the people speaking up about it, boy. We was getting shut down. Did the conscious community pick up something from cult groups? Yeah. Having your members pay, right? How your members doing the work, having a hierarchy with some beneficial truth at the end of it. Some Tyler to your science tree, right? Diana, Jim Jones. Because let's keep it real. In the 90s, man, we was on some outcast shit in the 90s. Yeah. We was on some outcast shit. What are you saying, MK Specs? I'm saying, we was saying, are you alien out of this world? Hey, I don't know if I used to believe in that shit or there's a possibility, right? But the UFO shit is very interesting. Very interesting. So interesting at the time when these sayings was coming out, a lot of books was getting pushed out. Message to the black man, you know what I'm saying? The mothership. Yakub! Right? Yakub. Right? Has some genealogy, some science to it, right? But you don't know if it's 100%. You don't know. But just to hear these claims and these statements, mind-blowing. Yeah. What's that dude name? Bill Mars or something? The dude that said that San Francisco was gonna break off and shit. Dude, he said they took him. They showed him some shit, right? I thought that was just motherfucking In Search Of with Robert Nimoy and shit, nigga. If you old heads know about that, I thought that's what that was. In fact, there was an episode. My homie from high school, he knew Wabian. He said, you need to check this book out. I looked at it. And when I seen Bill Maher, I was like, all right, everybody on the UFO shit. Everybody. Because it sound good. Hey, all them books got the UFO shit, right? All of them, it got the UFO shit. So it make you say, all right, is that a real occurrence, or is that just a theme that'll get you intrigued? Saw that on the corner. They battling. I remember some good battles. SETI versus Polite. I used to throw that in my homeboy face all the time. Yeah, he used to do Wabian, man. I had to tell him that. I was like, man, why did he plead in if he didn't do that? And I'm a promoter of white man science because who taught the Caucasian man, right? All right. If you know who taught them, then you already know where it comes from, right? And we gonna use this science, right? I used to get on him. I said, man, he had a certain type of linkable herpes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, we ain't gotta do our CSI and shit, nigga. We ain't gotta use a Batman contingency plan and shit. We already know it is, nigga. That's you, nigga. Why you think right now, nigga, the serial killer ain't doing it like how he used to do it in the 60s and shit? The forensics catch his ass real quick, nigga. Real quick, nigga. Put a little bit of that blood or find some dry nut into the database system. We have a match. 1113 Elm Street and shit, Indiana and California and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, they gotta reach out to you. Oh, it's cold. It's cold when they use the science and shit, right? They go to your family member and tell your family member you about to get 100 years to see you and your dad and watch you squeal on your daddy. Squeal on your father. You ask them, hey, I need to have proof. And boy, they sit you down for a Netflix special. They sit you down for a Netflix. You couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it. You couldn't believe it. They got the evidence and shit, nigga. It's like you see so much motherfucking evidence that you didn't even want to ask Pops what he was doing and shit. You already knew that nigga was the sleepwalker, nigga. That nigga was the sleepwalker. You gonna turn your Pops in. You gonna ask him for some money before he go too and shit, man. Science, right? Science. We used to go at it all the time, right? Go at it all the time. I was like, yeah, some of that shit sound good, but my thing was with just me personally. We gotta try it out, test it to see if it works. I mean, look, Black family. Ain't you tired of just doing shit that ain't working? Like, and you know what you gotta do? You know what you gotta do is suck like a motherfucker. It's the long haul. It's the long game. You just go out to go get you a job and get you. They don't want to say that. They want to give you an easy way. Ain't no easy way. If you didn't do it right as a youngin' and you fucked your life up, they feel that that's your goddamn problem. And people will sell you advanced to go ways and methods to combat that, right? You know what I'm saying? you saying? Shout out to Tarka, baby. My boys, brothers. Good brothers. I just don't believe that traveling with no license shit. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. I wouldn't even dare. I've learned something. I've learned something, right? Listen to me. I've learned that you just gonna have to blend on in and talk to the right man. How are you doing, officer? Make sure your shit's straight. Make sure your shit's straight. Sometimes I be violating too and shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, the car smell like ganja. Certain states, that's the problem, right? But I think in Cali, I think they know every car smells like ganja. Yeah. Saw that as climax. Kid on trial. He's selling DVDs. Him and Perlite. And I'm just saying what these guys are saying. Man, shout out to Michael Edwards, man. I hope that brother doing good. Doing good, man. Learned a lot from that brother, man. Straight up, man. Straight up. Alleged millions of dollars was made. Netflix streaming before streaming, you know, he's getting into the streaming now. Sarnetta getting into the streaming, as in, you know, streaming these events. Cause he'll have a powwow, man. But you got to give it hands down. Let me just give Sarnetta his flowers though. He did take that and McMahon that shit. Don King put his razzle dazzle on it. Like it's still a force to be reckoned with, right? That made from scratch in the batch. It had this WWE feel to it, man. Like got something. And a lot of people was trying to emulate it. So I'm just like, hey man, let Sarnetta live. Let's Sarnetta. I know some people personally want to put his head in the guillotine. And so that when we talk, man, just relax, man. You know what I'm saying? Just relax. Don't think I'm gonna throw you in the blender. But you know, sometimes you gotta earn a person's respect. A night of streaming, of advertising. Like Kibbit on trial threw up the Egyptology. Threw it up. That letdown between Sarah Seti and Yassi Raphael and shit. Said he only did one round, right? I know I'm gonna get some heat. Well, that's what it was. That's what it was, right? And then he tag teamed with Young Pseudonym. Young Pseudonym described as ancient aliens, Zachariah Stitcher at his best. And when I guess it was a quarrel between like him kicking that shit in the presence of like the homie Unc West and shit, the Raw Squad. Arrows is flying, Cetos is dying, right? Real shit, right? Now, it turned into jailhouse nigga getting some knowledge / some probably went to jail, but went to college and shit. And I'm not saying that you can't go and learn that knowledge yourself, right? I just think it's better when you in a more classroom setting. A lot of people be like, "Oh, nigga, that's the white man shit." And my response would be, even the white man taking classes, nigga, stop it. Okay, we got a squirrel in the backyard by the trampoline. All right, what are you doing? Shit, the other night I seen a big ass possum. I was like, nigga, that's a motherfucking goddamn raccoon, big ass raccoon. I need the raccoon man to go come get him, feed him a honey bun. Yo, one wicked night, I don't know if it was too much of uncontrolled substance, right? But right before a main event, we could see some it started for some tension between Unc and Seti, right? And this shit is beautiful scripted though. Like if it was scripted, it was beautiful, but I don't think it was scripted. It was all natural. When Seti chose a side to get with the pseudonym and shit, I think he was more influenced in young Pharaoh to really go at Unc. And you didn't see Seti like do that for himself. It's like he planted that bug to say, hey, you gotta take Unc's head to shut him up with that science, because that science is gonna go against your pseudoscience. They gonna talk about you going to Nobles over there in that section, nigga, that motherfucking section, right by the pseudoscience section. And shit, pseudo. Yeah, we talking about young Pharaoh, man. Boy, did he make a motherfucking transformation, nigga. I'm trying to let you know something, right? We gonna try to cram it all up in. This is gonna be a power hour. They had discrepancies of contracts. People was telling them maybe the contract, right? At the last minute, they wanted extra for Sarnetta, and that caused a situation. A good live. This is the first time we seen some real ignorance. Boy, did they entertain us. Sarnetta almost had a heart attack. And the shit that they were saying about each other was cold-blooded. The things that they were saying about each other, they only knew that the community didn't know, but now we informed. Are we off to see the wizard? Seti and Pseudonym was like, we're going to show you what ours. They're going to take care of Sarnetta. Then they go on their own live stream. They shut it down. They said, man, fuck your shit, right? We're going to do it on our own, right? Do it on our own. Now, here's the thing. The quality wasn't like what Sarnetta would give, but it was just the fact of the act that made people go over there to get right and see what they talking about. The blunts definitely was motherfucking lit, right? While you got a simultaneously. They said we're gonna do our act right now on the channel simultaneously while Sarnetta is going live about it. And the funny thing about it, them niggas stopping they to damn Sarnetta on his live. I tell you, they got some YouTube awards. Woo! That kind of like put a deep wedge into the community. Do you believe the monkey science or whatever them niggas was kicking in? Right? Let's get to it, man. Sarnetta's couch. Let's talk about it. When we went, it was cold outside, so we went in. Right? Sarnetta's couch. What, Pseudonym or the Nature Boy? Which one? I mean, it was one day I ain't never gonna forget, man. I'm tuning in to Sarnetta. And Sarnetta got this Swami dude and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Read your palm. I read your palm. I do the arts, right? And then my thing is like when they say they do the arts, nigga, show me levitate, nigga. I want to see that shit, nigga. I see you Indian style, nigga, throwing up, nigga, Peru and shit, nigga. And you levitate, nigga. Man, you gotta teach me that shit. I want a master class, man. This shit for real, nigga. A whole summer course. Show me that shit, nigga. I got, nigga, show me what right crystal and shit right here. Show me that shit. Right? But I detected some bullshit, man. Some bullshit. Some big caught. Sometimes, you know, when I'm listening, I'll be like, what's that?